and welcome back to my channel. As we're approaching festive season, we'll be making lots of snacks, party foods and things like that. Obviously, a lot of things have to be fried, unfortunately. So I thought instead of like making something fried potato unhealthy, I will use healthy things but deep fried. So keep it a bit balanced. So I am making Falafel Pakora. I tried this the other day and some of the friends who ate it didn't like falafel because falafel is so tricky to get right. If you follow my recipe, you can make perfect falafel, but sometimes when you find them outside in restaurants, they can be a bit dry. I made it for them, people who don't like falafel. I made falafel pakoras and they loved it. So let's get cooking. Before that, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell button. Actually, I started this video the minute I put my phone on. The sun was shiny and the sun's gone now. I need basic ingredients and they're going to be crispy, they're going to be delicious, moreish, and you can make them a few hours in advance, reheat them in the oven or just serve them at piping hot or at room temperature is also perfectly fine. Let's get cooking. And when I am going to be chopping, you'll see that my hand is slightly burnt. This whole portion because yesterday I used boiling water. I don't know, it was end of the day and I just was using boiling water and I thought it was cool water to wash my hands, something actually in the sink, and actually it was boiling water. Thankfully we reacted straight away and put lots of ice on it for hours, so it didn't kind of go completely. Anyways, if you see that my hand's not dirty, it's actually burnt. First things first, I am going to kind of thinly slice a couple of onions, which is going to give us the crunch and a little bite in our pakoras. So you don't want this long, you want to cut it into half and then thinly slice it. Also, you need a lot of herbs, so that's a big bunch of coriander. If you're not fond of coriander, you can use parsley in this particular recipe. And also going to chop up half a red chili. It's very big, so that's why half. And I'm just gonna chop it up. It's chili, coriander, onions. I've also got a good few fresh curry leaves which I want to eat them, so I don't want to add whole. I want the flavor from it, but I don't particularly need everyone to know what's the leaves in it, so just chop them up as well. So this recipe, the fun bit is that it's a combination of Middle Eastern. Falafel originates from many countries and cultures, and pakora is Indian. So I'm combining the two and making something that you guys will hopefully love. So while the chopping is going on, don't forget to put some oil in a pan to heat up while this is chopping. So I've put some sunflower oil in a pan to heat up and I can get on with the chopping. And the last little piece of chopping up is for this one big garlic. You can take two smaller pieces. I have got this one gigantic piece and I'm just going to chop it as finely as I possibly can. All the chopping is done. I want to show you something. Let me move this out of the way. So here I have got a whole 1 cup. I didn't weigh it. I had 1 cup of dried chickpeas which I soaked overnight and they have fluffed up. And what I'm going to do now is just drain them out in a mixer and kind of blitz as you like, to be honest. You can blitz it roughly, you can blitz it finely, but it's 1 cup. You can easily double, triple, quadruple the amount in this recipe because this will be like a good snack for around 4 or 5 people. This quantity will be good for 4 or 5 people, but yeah, you can make more. I don't want it too fine, so this is going to be good. So first thing is chickpeas. Next is onions. Now the coriander, garlic, chili, curry leaves. Now moving on to the spices. You must know by now, watching my recipes, where I say seasoning is one thing that breaks or makes a dish. So a teaspoon of ground cumin, half a teaspoon of ground cardamom, half a teaspoon chili powder, and 3/4 of salt. Now just mix it really well, because that is going to make sure that everything's got a nice layer of spices before I add anything else to this. So now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of gram flour, 2 tablespoons of rice flour, there should be enough moisture from the onions, coriander to kind of help bind it. But if you think it isn't, then you can add not much. I'm just going to add a tablespoon of water. Yeah, that's plenty. And the oil is nice and hot, ready for some frying. Okay, my setup is ready. This is nice and hot, very hot. The mixture is ready. But before I start frying, I am going to get some chai on the hob so I can have a cup of chai with my falafel pakoras. So let me do that as well. Usually it's just me in the house drinking chai in the middle of the day. So I've got my cup and I usually drink it in this, chai in this, not coffee in this, but a cup of water. And because it's for me, I love cardamom, so I'm going to add 2 pods, not 1, but yeah, 1 works fine. Either open it by hand or crush it in a pestle and mortar. Now really important, a piece of ginger. I like to break it up so that the flavors come out. Now this is going to go on the hob right here while I fry, so that it's going to be ready at the same time. But I'm going to add a couple more things on it before I move on to frying. So I like my chai classic with sugar, so a teaspoon of sugar for me. And also I have got loose tea at home, so this is Assam tea, a teaspoon of that. And now I'm just going to let this boil while I fry. Once it's hot, just reduce it to medium and just want to kind of squash the mixture. Let me show you properly. So you take the mixture, you want little pieces like bite size, and you squash it together. That is why you don't need too much liquid. And this is coming to a boil, so you reduce the heat, and now I'm going to just let it kind of brew, and then I can increase the heat on this and reduce the heat on that. And yeah, I'll just give my hands a wash. Now that this has boiled for a minute or so, I'm going to add some whole milk. Always use whole milk. And just you add as strong as you want. I like it strong but milky, so what I'm going to do is add extra milk, and then I'm going to just let this cook for, I know it's too long, but at least 2-3 minutes. So I'm going to bring it to a boil, then reduce the heat and let it kind of brew, and this is ready to be stirred. You don't want to disturb it the first couple of minutes. You just want to kind of let them cook. I'm still going to give it another 1 minute because it's not golden yet. I have increased the heat. So like I said, get it to a boil. Now once it starts to boil, then you can reduce the heat and cook it for a couple of minutes and then sieve it. So I'm just going to reduce the heat and then just let it simmer away. While that is sizzling away, just get a bowl and line it with some kitchen roll or something. These are not very oily, they don't absorb too much oil, but yeah, they can go on the plate once done. Oh, these are so Moorish, just so good, and I love these little bits that come out. This combination of pakora and chai is a classic, comfort, heavenly combination. If you haven't tried, then please do. I can't believe I could have waited for 10 more minutes and the sun would have come out, but I didn't know the sun was coming out. So what I was saying was about the chai. In my previous chai videos, a lot of questions about milk alternatives. There are some things that you cannot just add something else to make it something else, because that's kind of the core flavor or the core ingredient. It's like saying to me, what can I replace sweet corn with in a sweet corn pakora? That's a sweet corn pakora. You cannot make it with something else. I hope you're getting my point. And I'm not being rude, because I also sometimes think, okay, I can't really have a steak, so I'm not going to have a steak. I'm just going to cook some roast chicken. So it's really tricky. So in chai, you cannot use almond milk, soya milk. It does not taste right. If you can't have dairy, have a black chai. That's also delicious. And while my chai is brewing, I'm just going to fry one more batch, and I'll break one and show you. That's looking very, very good. And my last round of pakora is also ready. I'm just going to strain this first. So you can have any chutney with this. You can have coriander chutney, mint chutney, some ketchup. I'm having some tamarind chutney, which I always have in the fridge. Recipe for that is on my channel, so do check it out. But yeah, like I said, have some chili chutney if you like. Okay guys, so here it is. Falafel pakoras. Can you hear crispness? And here it is, some chai. Heaven, but even better are some falafel pakoras. That is some crunchy stuff. Delicious. I might have to say that this might not be enough for 4 people, maybe 2 max. It was so good. But obviously it will be enough for 4 people. If you're making lots of the things at a party, and you might serve it with drinks or chai in the afternoon, it doesn't matter. Oh, that is literally heaven. Hope you'll give this a go. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell button, and I'll see you back here with another new recipe. Let me know if there are any festive dishes you would like me to prepare. Let me know in the comments below. Bye!